What's going on, guys? My name is Matt, and this PC is a pretty good representative of many of the budget builds that you find on YouTube. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys some different ways to upgrade a PC like this while keeping things relatively cheap. Now, this video was actually inspired by a viewer of the channel who messaged me on Twitter asking for some cheap ways he could upgrade his PC, and after giving him some advice, I realized that this could make for a really interesting video. So, what I decided to do is take this budget build I recently featured on the channel and try to upgrade it with a total of $100 worth of parts. Inside of this PC is a Pentium G4560, an RX 460, 8GB of RAM, and a 1TB hard drive. Though a CPU or GPU upgrade would be the most surefire way of improving gaming performance, $100 just isn't enough to get the next level of performance for either the CPU or GPU. The next two obvious upgrades would be adding an SSD or more RAM, but because both of which have such inflated prices right now, I thought I would take a slightly different approach when upgrading this PC. I settled on 3 different upgrades which transform this budget box into this. So the first thing I upgraded should be pretty obvious, and that's the case. A PC case, as long as it has adequate airflow, is not going to have any effect on the performance of a PC, but at the end of the day, one of the best things about building your own PC is you're able to control the exact look of the computer you're building, and the case is the biggest factor of how your PC looks. The case I went with for this upgrade is the Big Phoenix Nova TG, a case that looks really premium but comes in at only $60, which in my opinion is an amazing value for the money. This case has a full tempered glass side panel, plenty of holes for cable management, and even has 2 included case fans. This case is an ATX mid-tower and can support ATX, MATX, and mini ITX motherboards, and even though the motherboard I used is only MATX, which is a fair bit smaller than a full ATX motherboard, I don't think it looks too small for the case. The version I'm featuring today is the white and black model, but they also have a version in red and black. Personally, I really like the look and contrast of black and white cases, and this is no exception. The tempered glass and relatively minimal design make this case look a lot more costly than it actually is. Building in it was a pretty good experience, and there was even enough room for me to hide all the extra cables from the non-modular EVGA PSU that I used. My only real gripes about this case are the fact that there aren't any rubber grommets on the cable management holes, the PCIe slot covers are non-replaceable, and there's no dedicated cutout above the motherboard to route the 4/8-pin CPU power cable. The first 2 of which, though, are obviously price-cutting measures which have allowed the case to be priced so competitively. Overall, for $60, the Big Phoenix Nova TG is money well spent in my opinion. If you guys would like to see me do a full review of this case, let me know in the comment section down below. The second upgrade I made to this PC was ditching the stock Intel cooler for a CryoRig M9i. The M9i, in my opinion, is the best $20 CPU cooler on the market. Now, some of you may be wondering why I'm using an aftermarket cooler with a non-overclockable CPU. Well, even though the stock cooler is adequate enough to cool the G4560, the M9i allows our CPU to run much cooler, and what's more important to me is whisper quiet. The stock cooler was definitely the loudest component of this entire system, and moving to this aftermarket cooler means the entire system is running much quieter. Also, it looks pretty cool. Installing the cooler was pretty simple and straightforward, the directions were easy to understand, and it took me less than 5 minutes to install. Overall, for $20, upgrading from the stock Intel cooler to something like the CryoRig M9i is a good way of making your system run cooler and quieter without breaking the bank. Finally, the last upgrade I made was to this computer's ability to connect to the internet. Myself and others like to take their PC different places like LAN parties, so having a reliable way to connect to wireless networks is a must. But most motherboards, especially budget ones, don't have built-in Wi-Fi capabilities. This is where a PCIe Wi-Fi card like this one from Aki comes into play. This dual-band Wi-Fi card occupies the otherwise unused 1X PCIe slot in this budget rig. It has 2 detachable antennas and offers really good performance for the money. I picked this up on sale for only $15. I like Aki products a lot because they usually provide a really good amount of value for the money, and it's clear your money is going towards the product itself and not into crazy elaborate packaging or branding. When testing this Wi-Fi card out, I noticed about a 15 to 20% drop in performance versus wired Ethernet connection, which is really good, especially considering this is a budget product. Overall, even for its current going price of $20, I think the Aukey PCIe Wi-Fi card is a good solution for those of you who want Wi-Fi on your PC for cheap. So yeah guys, for $100 I was able to add a tempered glass PC case, an aftermarket CPU cooling solution, and Wi-Fi capabilities to this little budget box. Though these are the few upgrades I settled on, there are dozens if not hundreds of ways you can upgrade a PC. If you'd like to see this type of video continue as a series, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, if you have other unique ways to upgrade a PC, let me know in the comment section down below as well. So yeah guys, I think this wraps this video up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, as well as consider subscribing for more PC and tech related content in the future. And as always, this is Matt from Tech by Matt, signing out.